We'll start our work session 5:21, and on our agenda for the work session tonight is I think just 126 East Jackson Avenue. And so with that, any comments from the board?
I have a few questions. On the rear elevation and the rendering, there's a window shown into the kitchen, but that doesn't show up on the floor plan. And also then on the floor plan, there's a window into the walk-in closet, and that doesn't show up on the rendering or on the elevation. And I would just wanted some clarification about whether those windows are in the project or not. And then I would like to see a detail or have a little more information about the intersection of the sloped metal roof and that nickel gap siding. You can't really see any detail about what that's going to look like because it's all rendered in black.
Had the same comments, but I also thought. I also thought it might be interesting to have a little window in the family room. Right now, there's the only windows in that kitchen family room area in the back. I guess if we have that, I don't, but there's a little jut out. Maybe it could be a kind of a cute window right there. Let some daylight in.
I know,
that
I mean,
little
I
jog.
think it's a really cool plan, but
Yeah.
some of the spaces look like they might be quite dark on the inside. So that might be a personal preference, but it seems like that kitchen is really kind of landlocked that way.
It could be a way to put a window in here, because that's a lot of siding.
Okay, Dave or Ken?
I was okay with it. As far as the window thing goes, just the direction of the house, I guess the blank wall doesn't really present any issues for me, so I would say that I maybe get some information what they're thinking in terms of casework in that family room. But you do not want to put a window above the stove top in the kitchen.
Why is that?
Because it's gonna clean it.
You gotta clean the backsplash.
I have a window. My whole kitchen's with nothing but windows.
Okay.
There's cabinets in the corners.
I just would want to know what their plan is for that casework issue. I mean, if it's not going full height, then if they were willing to throw a window in there, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I'm over that one. I'd like to see the actual details on how some of these intersections get pulled off successfully. Just because with modern materials, things aren't like the classical would be if it was brick or lap siding. Also, is that a concealed gutter on the pitched roof section? But there's no gutter right now. Here's how it's going to go. I mean, I've seen people go like that, so gutter, it's not see there's no gutter, but just
Yeah.
see how that works.
That's a good point, because if there's downspouts, that's gonna ruin that form.
Right. And also, there's no windows in the garage, which is always a comment most of us have.
Oh, yeah, I had that too. Yeah, that's a good point with the gutter and downspout.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I just had similar comments about windows in the kitchen, but because some of the renderings show a window and then plan doesn't. So. Yeah, I didn't really have much else. I am curious if that garage has windows in the door or something, or just the one door, right? I still don't understand garages without
3
without
sides, just
daylight. But it's like there could be it's like a workshop.
Well, and
Yeah.
if they are looking for privacy or
Yeah.
space, solitude or something.
Mm-hmm.
it's-
lots of skylights. But yeah, no, that, all in all, I thought, nice, that's a nice piece of architecture, really. So, okay, work session, we'll take a few minute pause. And then we'll resume the formal meeting at 5:30. Welcome everyone to the Webster Groves Architectural Review Board meeting. We finished our work session. And so the official meeting will now start. I'd like to introduce Yolanda Wilkins and Andrew Klosterman with the city. We have Sarah Richardson, who's our council liaison on the Zoom call. Carol Dunkey and Tracy Collins, Ken Burns, David Yates, and then myself, Bob Buckman. We're all volunteer architects on the board. First item of business is review of meeting minutes from September 21st. And with that, I think we were all here. Do I have a motion on those?
I make a motion to accept the amendments from September 21st as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed. All right, the meeting minutes from September 21st are accepted as written. Next, we have pre-approvals, so I'll ask for motions if board members could refer to the handouts provided by the city. First one is 22 Wilshire Terrace. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve 22 Wilshire Terrace as submitted.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Oh, okay, so that is accepted. Next, we have 763 Newport Avenue. May I have a motion?
I motion to approve it, pre-approve per the elevation submitted on 10-4.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right, 763 Newport's approved. Then we have 225 Simmons Avenue. Do I have a motion, please?
Make a motion on 225 Simmons Avenue with the clarification that the deck skirting will be a siding to match the existing home.
Second.
All in favor?
aye,
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, 225 is approved. And then 123 Dornell Avenue. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve 123 Dornell Avenue with the clarification that the windows on the rear wall of the garage will be included in the project and shown on the floor plans.
Second.
All in favor?
aye,
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Dornell's approved. Next, we have one project to review. So if you're present, come up and introduce yourself. And 126 East Jackson.
Hi guys, Nick Adams, architect. This is my
I'm
client.
Carolyn Childress.
Hi,
Hi,
Carolyn.
guys. Nice.
Yeah.
And
nice.
owner.
Welcome, Carolyn, and good to see you again, Nick. I think we had some discussion, and I think some of those comments were probably shared with you beforehand, so you could either address them or we could go
Comments that
through.
we saw beforehand were related to window locations in the floor plan. The
could
CAD
you
floor-
speak a little more into the mic?
the CAD floor plan was, this is my fault, but I forgot to update the CAD floor plan to match the elevations and renderings. So the correct information is on the elevations and renderings. I do have the updated floor plan, you guys.
Yeah.
You want me to distribute them right now?
Yeah, that's fine. Just bring them up. Bring them up and we'll pass them down or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'll take one of those. Thanks, Nick.
Well, just pick paper.
Thanks.
All right. There's the window.
Okay.
So specifically address it, the questions were about a window in the kitchen on the back on the south. So that window is going to be there.
Mhm.
That changed the kitchen layout just a little bit. And then the window in the walk-in closet on the master suite, we omitted that window.
Okay. All right.
Can you repeat the second window?
On the second floor, there was a window shown in, there had previously and errantly been a window shown inside the master closet.
And there's not gonna be a window.
Correct.
Okay. My question was, I know you got in the family room, you got a fireplace and it looks like you're gonna have are you doing floor to ceiling, like built-in casework? Along there? Okay. All right. I figured you were, so that's good. Thanks.
All right, Carol.
Yeah, I was wondering exactly how you were handling the transition between the sloped metal roof and the nickel gap siding. And then also there was another question about how the roof is going to drain gutters, downspouts, or how is that all going to be addressed?
Yeah, so there will be So in the flat roof areas, which is the whole east side of it, there will be scuppers cut into the parapet walls and then visible downspouts that we'll see. We're gonna put downspouts at all 4 primary corners of it. They're not rendered. They would obviously have some effect, a thin black line. They'd be black
Mhm.
metal
Mhm.
downspouts. And the same is true of the gutters on the gabled portion. There had been talk of doing internal gutters. But the more we look into it, the reality is you have to fur out the entire siding. Yeah, you're shaking your head like you understand
Yeah.
what we're talking
Yeah.
about. It's just too much work,
Yeah.
likely. So that's probably just gonna be an exposed gutter with exposed downspouts.
And then a fascia of some sort, I'm assuming.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, I was just wondering how those seams were gonna terminate and how all that was gonna drain.
Wish I had some secret cheap way to do it that I discovered that I could share with you all. But the only way I've seen this happening is furring out the siding from the sheathing to build a cavity, more or less just to sneak 2 gutters behind, and it just seems like too much work to be worth it.
Yeah, and well,
Yeah.
I know, if it can also lead to trouble down the line if
Hit the
something
gutter.
goes wrong there and it's an expensive.
Yeah, you gotta expose
Mess.
it. Yeah, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, so, no, that answers my questions. Thank you.
So obviously, these are not complete drawings, so I guess
Right.
these issues you're describing are going to be addressed in the final drawing package.
Well, so I don't know if I'd ever necessarily render the downspouts. So I would hope that you guys could look at it in terms of, what we're presenting to you. This is the project that we'd like to have, approved to you or from you.
Alright.
Missing some downspouts. So we got an email from Mara suggesting that we needed to have the stormwater plan and the tree preservation plan submitted to
Which is
be
different from
considered
us, so that's.
complete.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that's what you were
No,
referring to.
no, I'm just saying,
No, just the.
you mentioned downspouts and things like that.
Honestly, I think the only thing that's really missing from what we would call like a full and complete set that you would see is a scupper and some downspouts
Okay.
on the elevations of it.
Yeah, there'll be 2 scuppers or 1.
2 scuppers.
Yeah.
From
mean-
north and south
Mm-hmm.
along
mean-
that east wall.
I mean, I'm okay with approving it with the conditions that
Yeah,
we say provide the gutters and downspouts and scuppers, you know.
I am too.
Do you have an idea where you would take the ones off of that black gabled roof? I mean, I just feel like if you drop a downspout, it's gonna kill
Northwest.
that form. Like, it's so clean right now.
So
I wonder if you can take it down in front of the stucco.
help.
I
yeah,
mean,
where-
cause yeah,
So I.
You
don't wanna
certainly I
see it
think
just
the
hanging
corner, the
out.
Northwest corner that projects out like that, we don't want to have the gutter at the very northern side of it. We at least want to bring it to where it meets the first floor
yeah.
and sneak it where the column or the corner, well, the window corner
Okay.
column exists.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and depending on the length of that, Nick, one idea, and just throwing out ideas,
Another one.
you can always size a gutter that'll take it to one spot and rain chain it or something kind of cool, sculptural possibility.
Right, where it's not just such an industrial thing. back
I
on the
mean,
side of the building.
Something to think about as an idea.
Yeah, maybe making a cool gutter detail or
Yeah.
downspout detail
Hmm.
for that wall anyway.
Just a thought. I mean, it would give a nice clean line. If you oversize the gutter, you're not gonna have any issue in a 500-year storm. You know what I'm saying on that?
So, I don't want to take this too specifically, but when we've been designing flat roofs and they're parapet sided on all sides, you have to have 2
Yeah.
Overflow
drainage
and the
areas.
Mhm.
I would be concerned if we just had an oversized gutter and a single downspout for the same reason, and it will get clogged.
Yeah, I mean,
Shedding water off that side of the roof,
right. I mean, I think it's different, right? So if it's a flat roof, it's one thing. If it's the
Cooling
gabled,
water.
I'm really talking about the gabled roof. Just as an idea.
The worst case scenario is it just sheds water
Mhm.
rather than.
Exactly. Yeah. The code doesn't require it
Yeah,
have to,
yeah.
And
'cause-
you'll see that immediately and then get up there and unclog it.
I mean, cause honestly, I see so many gutters that are improperly installed. They're all like up too high. But if you sized it, I've done this on a couple of residential jobs where I had just oversized the gutter with a long run and then I had like one rain chain or one downspout at one end. And really in big rain events, it works pretty effectively. Just a thought.
And you could put one in that window corner and then put another one at the other side of that bump out at the end of the pantry. That way it kind of
Yeah,
frames
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
stucco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Some options in there, I think.
Yeah, I just think like hanging it off at the end of the, I mean, you probably wouldn't do that. You wouldn't like that look either, but it just seems like it's such a clean form to just have a downspout hanging down randomly would be really weird.
Yeah, I think.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, my comment was directed at a rain chain, but if you were doing downspouts, in conjunction with the stucco form, I think that would be the place. But if you were open, if you guys were thinking about a rain chain, kind of celebrate that kind of form, that could even cantilever if you wanted it to and make it an event. But I've seen that done and it's kind of cool, but whatever, it's options.
Yeah, no, that's good feedback, right? Like, I think we're all on the east side. We understand what a scupper and a downspout's gonna look like, it'll look fine. I think on the west side, because we are projecting that second floor out over the first floor, it can't stay tight to the house without an awkward bend at some point. Just to make that look clean and sharp and good, that downspout actually does matter.
Yeah.
And it feels like it doesn't really want to be part of the architecture. So potentially celebrating it as a rain chain or similar might be the way to go.
I personally like the idea of a rain chain or even, if you decided to do more than one, I mean, it could be really quite cool. And, especially if you chose one that a form that somehow reflects the geometry of the house. I think that would be like really
I
cool.
know, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. Like,
Mhm.
is there something special that I don't know of that
Mhm.
Google will
Yeah.
alert me to this
Yeah.
evening? But yeah, something more specific to the architecture of this
Yeah.
house, potentially.
Yeah, so it looks, really intentional and thought through, like Bob says, like an event rather than oh dang, how do we drain this?
Right.
you
Well,
know?
like, as I'm saying, gutters that you don't see, like, it wouldn't be K style, right? It'll be half round anyway,
Yeah.
just to look custom
Uh-huh.
on a custom home. So
Yeah.
a custom downspout would be sensible.
Mhm.
Does the code say that you have to have a gutter? Or could you sheet it into like
No.
a French drain that?
You don't have to.
That's where it's gonna get with ordinance and stormwater. I mean, the
Yeah.
water generated has to go somewhere.
Right.
It doesn't say how.
French drain.
Right, but I mean, if we do a French drain that's piped to somewhere, that could be an option too.
So I love that. And you guys approved that for my house,
Yeah.
but we ran into issues during construction with the neighbors. In this case, that gable side would be sheeting onto the driveway, which I don't love just for like winter
Ice and
conditions. or-
Yeah, it's bad in the ice.
Yeah.
Not great. So,
I think we're looking at rain chain.
So that's 605.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's a nice option.
What about the garage? Is there opportunity to add some windows there?
Sure. Yeah. You got anything in particular, just something to kind of make it look
Right.
Just
a little more
break,
broken up?
yeah, break up.
Yeah, I just got 3 sides of
I don't
siding,
need to
so.
speak out of turn.
No, that's fine.
Oh, I don't know.
It looks like you got a fence around it, so you're private anyway, so it'd be nice to just
Right.
get daylight in there.
I mean, garages become workshops and daylight's always nice.
Yeah.
So I think something, that's complimentary to your illustration that you've got going,
Rectangular.
Okay.
trim.
whatever, all glass or a little bit of glass, but something, I think.
And also too, if you ever have a power outage and you're looking for something in there and there's like no, the light on your phone.
Experience.
I've learned this one. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you have an idea of where you might want to include some glass in the garage?
I think it makes sense, east and west, train some windows up top, right? Rectangular, 3 by, I don't remember the proportion of our windows that we're already using on the house, but take that same window.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Something like that sounds good.
Is the garage door just a flush door with no windows in it? It's fine.
Yeah. Mhm. Okay,
Very cool. Exciting.
yeah. All right, well, I think personally, I'm okay to like form a motion around what we discussed and then obviously you'll update whatever you need to for the city so that it's reflected on the drawings. I think that's all, that way you're done here. Okay. All right, so who would like to, I'm gonna ask for a motion from somebody.
Okay, I think I've got it,
Carol?
but you guys.
All right.
Let me know if we need to adjust this. I'll make a motion to approve 126 East Jackson Avenue with the following understandings. The window locations will be as shown on the floor plan distributed this evening. The flat area of roof will be served by 2 scuppers. The sloped metal roofs will have a fascia, half-round gutter, and be drained with rain chains. See, I can't get it out. And the garage will have transom windows on the east and west side.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, 126 East Jackson is approved as noted. All right, awesome. You're welcome. You guys have a great night. And with that, I believe we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. All right.